Today's adventure on Fishing for Fun is a special one indeed, featuring the nation's premier crappie angler, Todd Huckabee, on one of the most historic reservoirs in the country, sprawling Lake Eufaula in Oklahoma. Built during the golden era of reservoir construction, the dam was completed in 1964, and for you history enthusiasts, was actually dedicated by the then President Lyndon Johnson. The first couple of decades following impoundment also coincided with the bass tournament boom in the US, and Eufaula was a featured stop on the Bassmasters and other fishing tours. However, while home to largemouth, smallmouth and spotted bass, today one of the biggest attractions is Eufaula's bountiful crappie population, the largest waterway in Oklahoma.
All right, so we're here in Oklahoma and we're fishing Lake Eufaula with Todd Huckabee, and today we're fishing for crappie. We're using a 1/4 ounce jig head with a 2-inch beaver tail.
We're gonna pull up, you're just dropping down next to it. You just want about 6 foot of line out.
The lake covers more than 102,000 acres.
It's too much line, you gotta reel up some of that line.
Okay.
Much of it once tree-covered rolling hills and valleys.
We're gonna hit every tree in here, and then we're gonna get out of here and go to the next spot.
Trees and stumps still left standing make ideal crappie habitat.
Oh!
And here's our first fish.
These guys bite right away.
This is what I want to talk about. Everybody always asks me, okay, do you seriously use that big of a bait for crappie? Okay, this is a pretty small fish as far as crappie goes. It's about 10.5-inch fish. There's a 1/4 ounce jig head with a 2.5-inch bait. And as you can see, even that little tiny fish has no problem at all eating that big bait. So unless you want to catch fish smaller than that, there's no need in using those smaller size jigs. This is true power fishing.
Power fishing for crappie is hands-on fishing. It's not about waiting for bites.
Used to be a really popular tournament saying that the guy that dips the most trees wins.
Using heavier lures, lines and rods to catch the most active crappie in the cover.
Get him.
Oh! Which side of the tree is he on? Oh, no, there we go. Here he comes.
That's not a crappie.
Oh my goodness.
Blue cat.
Not just crappie hang around these flooded trees. In this case, a catfish was on the prowl and gave Tami a little scrap.
Man, I wasn't ready for that one. I think that was the first cat I've ever caught and I didn't get him in.
See, there again, it's just like what I was talking about. I mean, that's a giant jig for what compared to what most people fish, and there again, small fish. A lot of people say, well, I guess use that big bait, all you catch are bigger fish, and that's not the case. There's another 10.5 little inch crappie. You don't get bit, there's no need in sitting there. The way to do it is to be as aggressive as what we're doing and go and catch those active fish as opposed to sitting there waiting for the inactive ones. Same thing with what the good guys on the Elite Series do when those fish are up in buckbrush. I mean, those guys are gonna pitch it in front of so many more fish than the guys that are sitting back pitching every once in a while. You watch the guys that are really good and it's real fast. It's just one right after another. I guess with this darker sky and everything, they're gonna be suspended up a little bit. That 11-inch fish.